Welcome to episode 2 of my Soups of the Week series, where every Thursday night at 7 PM UK time I bring a brand new soup recipe just for you. This week we're making leek and potato soup, and this is how you do it. We're going to start by preparing 3 leeks. Now they always need a good wash because a lot of sand and dirt gets stuck between the leaves. So a good way to do that is to take your leek and start at the root end, but not right at the very bottom so it's still attached, and slice right through the center so it opens up like this. You can then rinse that under the tap and it gets between all of the leaves. Do that with all 3 leeks. Now take one of your leeks and cut it in half. We're going to save half for a lovely little garnish later. Roughly chop your leeks. Place a pan over a medium heat. Add into the pan 50 grams of butter. Now add your leeks into the pan. Pinch of salt. This helps draw out the moisture from the leeks so they cook down and go nice and tender. We're going to give it a stir and cook that for about 5 minutes. In the meantime we can prepare the potatoes. Hard to say. Now I'm going to peel 500 grams of potatoes and then thinly slice them. Just simply cut them in half lengthways and then just slice them up into 1/2 centimetre slices. It's not too important, but it just helps it cook a little bit quicker. Now you can see that the leeks have now softened up and they've almost reduced by about half the size they originally were. We're now going to add in the potatoes. Pour in 1 litre of vegetable stock. Bring this to a gentle simmer. We're going to cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes, just until the potatoes are nice and soft. Okay, so this has been simmering away for about 15 minutes and the potatoes are lovely and tender and falling apart. So at this stage, I'm just going to give it a nice little season with some sea salt and a little bit of black pepper. And then we're going to turn it off the heat and get ready to blend. I'm going to blend it using a stick blender, but you could use a normal standard blender if that's all you have, but maybe let it cool down a little bit first to avoid any injuries. This is the point where I'm going to add in 200 ml of double cream, but if you want to keep it dairy free or if you're vegan, eat it just as it is. You don't need to add this. And if you, at the beginning, sweat it off in a little bit of olive oil instead of butter, then you've got a perfectly good leek and potato soup. But I'm going to richen it up a little bit with some double cream. Turn the heat back on just for about 5 minutes so everything can warm through again while we prepare the garnish for the top. With that leek that we put to one side earlier on, we're going to slice it up nice and thin and dip it in some cornflour and deep fry it so we have some beautiful crispy leeks to put on the top of the leek and potato soup. I'm going to lay the leek flat side down and then I'm going to put my knife on an angle and thinly slice it, or as thin as you can anyway. Now place the leeks into a bowl. Put in about a tablespoon of cornflour. And then just mix everything together so those leeks are nicely coated in the cornflour. Place a pan of oil over high heat, ready for deep frying. Make sure you've got a plate with some kitchen paper on before you start. Deep fry them in small batches because they can bubble up a little bit, so you just want to be really careful. Just do them in small batches. When they stop bubbling, it means it's time for them to come out. Just place them onto the plate with the kitchen paper. Do your next batch. That half a leek made all of those. Alright, the last thing to do is finish them with a good sprinkle of salt and then give them a try. And honestly, I could just eat them like this as a snack, never mind putting them on top of your soup. As always, don't forget to taste it and check the seasoning before you serve it. Now adjust it with salt and pepper if you need to. serve, ladle in your soup. And simply top it off with a good bunch of those crispy leeks. So there it is, that's my leek and potato soup with crispy leeks on top for a little garnish there. I can't think of a better soup that's more comforting in the winter months. Thanks for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now if you want to learn how to make an absolutely banging roast tomato and mascarpone soup, then watch this video here. Soups of the Week series, where every Thursday night at 7 PM UK time I bring a brand new soup recipe just for you. Never mind putting them on top of your soup.